Welcome to Monday. Oh my God, I really nearly said Sunday. It's definitely not Sunday. Definitely Monday. Welcome to Monday evening. How are you? How was your weekend? I'm not going to lie, it's very grey and very wet and really quite depressing here. And at the risk of sounding like an elderly relative, the nights are drawing in. How depressing is that? Well done, Meg. Bring a nice, happy, joyful feeling to Monday night. Anyway, it is Monday. We are here. We've got through the first day of the week. Very easy for us, especially on a Monday night, to start totally tuning out of how we feel. Sometimes we don't necessarily want to tune into how we feel on a Monday. We can find ourselves on a Monday night already projecting ourselves into an awkward meeting we've got to have tomorrow, an awkward conversation we've got to have on Wednesday, a horrible meeting we've got to have, all of this stuff. We start thinking on a Monday night of all of that future stuff so that we block out how we feel, we block out this moment. And, we want to be able to bring ourselves into this moment. Because the truth is, in this moment, everything is fine. Now, I know that sounds really difficult, and I find it difficult to get my head around this. But in this moment, everything is fine. Because we're in this moment. Because so much of the stuff that we get anxious about or worried about or fearful about is all stuff that hasn't happened yet, or stuff that's been in the past. And in this moment, none of that is even on our wavelength. We are fine in this moment. If that feels really weird to get your head around, I'm with you. I struggle with it as well. But the point is, the more time we can spend in this moment, the more time we can spend tuning in to how we feel, the more we can start to build our capacity to live life in this moment, which means we are responding mindfully to stuff rather than just reacting and being on automatic pilot and riding all of life's ups and downs. What we can do, yes, the ups and downs will still be there, but we can ride them with a little more tranquility. I don't quite know what all of these hand actions are, but they seemed important at the time. So without further ado, let's get on and do some mindfulness, shall we? Because I'm assuming that's what you've stopped scrolling for. So get yourself sitting comfortably. Remember, that can be edge of bed, it can be sitting on the floor, you can be sitting in a chair. Get yourself sitting where your spine is nice and tall, or erect, one might say. Top of your head lifting up towards the sky. Both feet flat on the floor if you're sitting on a chair. Just feel like you are kind of sitting evenly. So there's even weight through both bum cheeks, even weight through both feet, and you've got an equal amount of connection to whatever you are sitting on. If you're sitting in a chair, you might have a little cushion at the lower back, but remember, we don't want you slumping back into anything. We want you sitting up nice and tall. Hands can rest on or about your thighs. Palms can turn up or down. Hands can be resting in your lap. Make any little adjustments to your posture that you need so that you can start getting comfortably still. Once you feel like you're there, I want you to let your eyes close. So let the eyes gently fall closed. Begin to settle yourself. And then to help us arrive into this moment, we're just going to take some nice deep breaths together. So you're going to breathe in through the nose and you're going to breathe out through the mouth in a big sigh. So when you're ready, big breath in, make it a slow, big, deep inhale, and then sigh it out. Good. 2 more like that. Again, big breath in through the nose, fill up the lungs, breathe into the bottom ribs, and then sigh it out. Good. 1 more like that. Again, big breath in, breathe in deep, breathe in wide, and then sigh, let it all out. Lovely. Let your breath now do whatever your breath wants to do. Let it just fall into its own natural rhythm. And as you begin to find some stillness in your body, find a feeling of pressing the pause button. So just for these next 10 minutes, you will only be asked to do one thing. Your focus will just be one thing. And that's a pretty extraordinary condition for us to be in on an average day. The only thing you're going to be asked to do is be still in your body and focus your mind on one thing at a time. So allow yourself to soak up the realization that right now there are no other requests being made of you. You don't have to be anywhere. You don't have to be doing anything. You just have to be here. Allow yourself to, on the inside, revel in that for a moment. So as you begin this feeling of pressing the pause button on it all, know that this isn't about clearing your thoughts. This isn't about stopping the thoughts. This is about realizing that for the next 10 minutes, all of that external stuff doesn't need your attention. All of that external stuff will still be there for you to think about when our time is through. So when your mind wanders, and it will, when and where it goes, you notice and you just keep bringing the mind back. Know that the next 10 minutes, you are your priority. This is all about you. So take a moment now and begin to notice how you feel. Perhaps even ask yourself how you feel, and don't censor or control or change the response that you get back. Know that there is no right or wrong answer to the question of how you feel. So for a moment, allow it to be felt. Perhaps notice if there's somewhere in your body where you are feeling this. So this is just to purely cultivate your ability to allow things to be felt. To not only tune in, but to see if you can accept the way you feel. Doesn't mean you have to like it or dislike it, but can you just accept it? So just notice how you feel, notice what your energy level is like, notice how it feels to be in your body for a moment. And then let's begin to tune in a little deeper. Take your awareness to your thoughts. And like I said at the beginning, this is not about trying to stop your thoughts or clear your mind. But I want you to position yourself as the interested observer of your thoughts. Most of the time we are very much an active participant in the stuff that's rolling around our minds. But for now, I want you to take a step back. Perhaps imagine that you are watching your thoughts as if you were watching traffic going forwards and from side to side in front of you. Or perhaps you can imagine the thoughts as if they were bubbles floating around you, or as if they were clouds passing across the sky. Whatever works for you, position yourself as the interested observer of your thoughts. So what this does, if you can just find a place where you can watch thoughts come and watch them go, it means you can take a step back. It means you can watch how transient and how changeable they are. You can see how impermanent they are. You can perhaps see how very little substance they have. You can see how they are just the stuff of your mind. You can see that you are not your thoughts because you are the one who is watching them. So spend another moment or two just watching your thoughts come and watching the thoughts go. And if you feel yourself, if you notice that you are engaging with a thought, if you are becoming that participant in the thought rather than the observer, as soon as you notice that you have done that, you reposition yourself as the observer. As soon as you are aware that you've engaged in the thought, you're positioned right back again as the observer. So just another moment or two watching your thoughts. Good, then let that go. And once again, ask yourself how you feel. Maybe it's the same, maybe it's different, but just ask yourself. Notice where in your body you are feeling whatever you feel. And again, can you just allow it to be felt? Can you accept it without any kind of liking or disliking? Now take your awareness to wherever in your body you can most easily feel the rise of your inhale and the fall of your exhale. Where in your body can you most easily feel your breath? Notice the breath. One of the most powerful ways to tap into how we are feeling is to notice breath. So first of all, just notice where in your body you can feel rise and fall. Perhaps get a feeling of how far down into your body you are inhaling. Does it feel like the inhale comes down to the bottom of your breastbone? Or perhaps the bottom of your ribs? Without any force or extreme effort, just see if you can play a little with drawing the inhale down just a little bit lower. Doesn't have to be a massive, big, deep, exaggerated breath, but just drawing it down into your body a little lower. So you could imagine that if you had a conical flask inside your torso, rather than just breathing down into the neck of the flask, you are trying to take that inhale down into the big round belly of the flask. Just in slow, small increments, allowing the inhale to feel a little deeper. And as you draw the inhale in a little deeper, can you allow the exhale to just be a little bit longer? And these are really just tiny micro adjustments I want you to make to the breath. Don't want to go into these big, exaggerated, unnecessary breaths. Just take the inhale a little deeper and stretch the exhale out just a little longer. Bringing the inhale down as deep as you comfortably can into that conical flask. And then allowing the exhale plenty of time to make the return journey. Really tuning into your breath. Noticing its length, its depth. Noticing the breath's smoothness. Can you allow the breath to just flow from the inhale to the exhale? It's just another minute or so purely noticing your breath. remember, if the mind wanders, just bring it back. Bring it back to the next inhale or the next exhale. At the end of your next exhale, just let it go. And now for a moment, allow the mind to do whatever it wants to do. Just for a moment, if it wants to think, let it think. If it wants to run free, let it run free. Pause in this moment just a little longer. And once more, ask yourself how you feel. How you truly feel in this moment. Tune into how it feels to be in your body. How it feels to be in your skin. Whatever is going on for you right now. And if you choose to, you can allow this feeling to be experienced by the whole body. So you can imagine it oozing out, being soaked up by all the cells in your body. Imagine it radiating out to the tips of your fingers, down to the tips of your toes, up to the top of your head, out through the front of your chest, out through the back, just soaking into every bit of you. Know that you can take this feeling on with you into the rest of your week, and you can tap back into it whenever you need, just by being still, pressing the pause button and tuning into your breath, even if it's just for 30 seconds. Stay exactly as you are. Just take one more big, deep breath in through the nose and sigh it out. Either let the hands stay resting where they are, or bring them into a prayer shape in front of your breastbone. You can let the head bow. And take a moment. Take a moment to think of 3 things that you can be grateful for. Just 3 things. 3 things from your whole day, or 3 things from your whole life. Whatever those 3 things are, allow them to lift the corners of your mouth into a smile. Feel that smile on your lips, but also send that smile out energetically into the world. Allow it to connect to and through all of those who join us for this practice. Know that we are all connected, and it is this connection that will help us get through whatever the heck may still lie ahead. Namaste. Thanks, gang. Thank you for being here. Don't know why I said it in that weird voice. I will be back here tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, for more marvellous mindfulness. Again, silly voice. Why can I not say anything? It's been a long day, I'm not going to lie. So back here tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. Here being Real Life Yoga with Meg Facebook page. So if you're not watching this on Facebook, why the heck not? Facebook's marvellous. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a little website. Real Life Yoga with Meg, that's where you can find me. 9 o'clock tomorrow night. More of the same. Thank you for stopping and doing something awesome for yourself, and by default, something awesome for the world. How good are you? And hopefully I will see your amazing faces, virtually speaking. If not tomorrow night, then again very soon. Sending you all mwah, lots of overdramatic kisses and love.